Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Well, Hare Krishnas are
Hare
affectionately called the Hare Krishnas because
Hare
when
Krishna,
the
Hare
explosion
Krishna,
of Hare Krishnas happened in the
Krishna
60s and
Krishna,
early
Hare
70s,
Hare, Hare
people were
Rama,
introduced to us by, they were seeing devotees chanting in the street.
Rama, Hare Hare.
So Hare Krishna devotees, they are those who are trying to reawaken their love for God. My name is Nitai Ram Das. That's my initiated name in the Krishna movement. My name before that, my name given by my parents was Stephen Poley. I traveled to the West Coast and I met devotees out there. Actually, I met devotees at a gathering on a beach. They were cooking food. That was my introduction to Krishna consciousness. They gave me some food. And I thought I should sit down and thank them because they were cooking for everybody, nice vegetarian food, and they invited me to come and see what their community was like. So I went, and I really liked it. I liked the people and their lifestyle, and I came to study the teachings and get into meditation.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. I tried a lot of other things in my short time of being here, but this has worked out the best. My name is Jeff Gradanis. I am 20. I was going to a concert with a friend. It just kind of happened. It was a fluke. I found out that day, and it was in Michigan, and there was a devotee walking around the parking lot. I saw him come over the hill, and I saw he was wearing saffron, and he had a mridanga, which is a clay drum. And I was like, I hope that guy comes talks to me. And he just came up, because little did I know that was his purpose for being there. And we talked for a little while. He said a couple things about the Hare Krishnas, and he gave me a book. So I got to chant and be happy, which is, and then I didn't see any devotees for the rest of the summer. And then I came to Halifax, and I saw Nitai, the devotees here, on the street a couple of times, but eventually I met them, and they invited me up to their apartment, and just kind of went from there.
Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi-yogam tam yenamam yupayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. My name is Damodar Gopal Das. That's my Krishna name. I was born with the name Damodar Paket. My parents gave me that name because they're Hare Krishnas themselves. So I was brought up as a Hare Krishna. Throughout my adolescence, I was a little bit away from the lifestyle of the Hare Krishnas, and so I did what normal adolescents do these days. Sometimes not so nice activities, but then I was a little bit frustrated with this life, and felt dissatisfaction and unhappy, and I wanted something more deeper in my life.
You know, when you're young too, you look for a kind of focus, and I guess a lot of people realize the truth is they say to themselves, I need some discipline, I need some purpose, and so some people find it in Krishna consciousness, as found in the ancient texts like Bhagavad-gita. There's a lot of truth there. That's what people want. You'll see that there is an I inside, you know. Yeah, I'm Bhakti Marg Swami, and I'm a Krishna devotee since 1973. I have a lot of people saying, where have you guys been for the last 3 decades? And my response is, well, we're still around, we're hanging in there. And we spend a lot of time in people's homes. We engage in what's called satsang, that you have devotional gatherings in people's homes. It's very much a part of our tradition. And when the weather gets a little warmer, you'll see us around. When Europe was going through its own renaissance of openness and humanism, India was going through its own renaissance, trying to break through certain social handicaps, like, say, casteism and so on like that. So one great person in that time, his name's Chaitanya, and he traveled throughout the subcontinent of India, and wherever he went, he kind of encouraged people in more like public involvement or inclusion of spiritual expression. It didn't have to be just in a temple, or like, let's say in our particular situation here, like or in a church or a synagogue. But let's take it outdoors and let's make it fun. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
When we hear that sound, it's very purifying to the heart, anybody's heart. Even if you don't, even if somebody doesn't know what it means, it's just like the fire. If you put your hand in fire, you may not know what fire does, but it's going to do it anyway. It's going to burn. So the mantra is like that. It has an effect on anybody's heart. So we chant the mantra in the street, and it's for our own purification, and also brings us great happiness to do that. And everybody else gets the benefit also of the mantra. If people have a desire to understand, we often present them with books which they can read the philosophy in the comfort of their own home, and they can get the benefit of knowledge that's been around for thousands of years from India, the ancient wisdom of the Vedas. So it gives people, actually the Krishna movement is an educational movement. So it's actually the basis of our movement, is the distribution of this educational literature, spiritual literature. So being on the street and meeting people, giving them the Bhagavad-gita or some other book related to Krishna consciousness, that's the most personal. Like when people stop, when we stop people on the street, often total strangers, and sometimes those exchanges can be very intense.
Well, I haven't been doing it so long, but it's nice when somebody, like, you stop someone and they kind of open up to you a little bit. And when people are interested in it, it's just nice to be able to reciprocate, because, I don't know, so long I guess I have been looking for something like this, and standing out on the street, you have more chance that you're going to meet more people like yourself, I guess, because and I don't know, you have a purpose for being out there.
Sometimes when you go for hours and nobody stops or takes books, that becomes hard. It's hard. Different strokes for different folks. Some people are attracted with the music, some people are attracted with the books. But it seems the music has more effect because it's more colorful with the music. The books is like heavy philosophy.
We're following a tradition from the time of Chaitanya back in the early 16th century, and it is a unique thing, to go out and express yourself spiritually with song, dance, and happy movements.
Although we may be strangers, someone can understand the nature of what we're doing, how it relates to the soul. And therefore, sometimes there are these exchanges that take place that are very amazing, and people open up a lot. Even in just a 5-minute exchange on the street.